Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a while, but I'm back. So I have a little bit of an update on my reading situation, and it's going to be a multiple video situation just to not overwhelm everyone. My first update, which we're going to talk about today, is the reading tracker situation. So what do I mean by that? If you've been on my channel for a while, you might know that I've been on a hunt for the perfect reading tracker app since deciding that I was just done with Goodreads because of Amazon. Now, since then, Amazon has doubled down on its crappiness, but I digress. No, so I'll link the videos here or like wherever it is, so you could catch up on my adventures. So I ended up trying the story graph, and I didn't really like it. It didn't work for me. And then I tried Fable, did not like it at all. And then actually, hold on. During this time, before BookTube, a little bit during and also after this whole Fable debacle, I went to good old pen and paper, which is actually what I'm going to be doing from now on. So I do really enjoy, hold on. I can do this. I'm a strong, independent woman. I can do this. I enjoy writing the best about what I read. And there are multiple reasons for this. The first is I just think it's nice to actually sit down and be able to write your thoughts. My only problem with an actual physical notebook is that once you're done writing about it and you move on to the next book, you can't really go back, you know? So I didn't really enjoy that. Or I guess you could, you know, put sticky notes or whatever, but it wouldn't be, you know, it's not optimal. The other thing I noticed about myself, and let me know if you want me to talk more about this, about annotating books. I do enjoy annotating books, and through time my annotation systems have changed. What works for me the best recently, but most importantly consistently, recently for the past few years, is that I will write as I read the books, but in sticky notes, so not actually in the book. And this is great actually for when you're borrowing a book from a friend or a library, whatever. So you get to keep the sticky notes, but then what do, right? So I need a system that will allow me to write about the books I want to write about or think about, that will allow me to collect, quote unquote, collect my sticky notes, and also something I can go back to. So if I write about a book and then 2 years later I watch a book review or something, then I can go back and write more or look at what I wrote. The other thing I noticed is, typically when I do a book review on my channel, a long time ago, I would do the book review right after reading the book, and it actually didn't work out because I found I had more interesting things to say once I had taken the time to think about the book and, you know, a week or two later. The problem is I do get extra thoughts from that, but I noticed that I will also forget some of the initial reactions I might have had to the book. So I want to find a system that will allow me to do both, capture my initial reaction, be able to think about it and write down a few thoughts. And I think it will actually elevate my book reviews to be able to have something that I could reference as I'm doing the book review, even if I do it 3 weeks later, 2 months later. I'm coming up with a book review that I read 2 months ago, by the way. Or 3 months ago, actually 2 book reviews coming up. Anyway, so all that to say, I have made the executive decision that I will be using note cards, the A5 note cards. So actually, I'm not going to show you because my project is already done. It's here. But I've decided that I really like those library card systems. You know, this system is inspired, by the way, by that scene from Ghostbusters, the first scene where they're in the library and there's goop all over the cupboards and the drawers. I would love to have that one day. But since this is kind of a trial period, I'm not going to invest in anything. I mean, I guess I bought the note cards, the A5 little note cards, but let's be honest, like, I'm not about to drop money on a filing cabinet when I don't know if it's going to even stick. So today's plan, and I'm taking you along for the ride, okay, is I am going to build a little box that will be able to contain my A5 cards. And I'm going to create little intercalaires. So little intercalaires are like filing pages, I guess, you know, when you have different titles, like different chapters. So you'll have like in binders. So anyways, let's do this. Today we're crafting. Alright guys, so here I'm taking a shoebox lid to create a box. I'm just gonna willy-nilly measure the size I'm gonna need. I want my cards to kind of stick out so I can see and easily grab them. So I'm just gonna cut the shoebox lid and then glue it into place, and then I'm gonna use some double-sided tape to wrap it in cardstock to make it a little sturdier and also decorate it. And yeah, I think it'll be really nice because this card system will allow me to kind of revisit my thoughts on a book later without having to disturb the text like in a notebook or something. And then if I read a book and have sticky notes and then I have to return the book for whatever reason, then I can just take the sticky notes and stick them on the card or glue them on or whatever, I don't know. So I think this will be just overall a much nicer system. And yeah, enjoy the crafting. Sorry it's a little bit out of frame. So here it is. This is the final, I don't know if you can see it with the glare. This is the final product. So this, by the way, and I would encourage everyone to do this when you, like, honestly, when you want to do something, just see what you have laying around. Okay, it's not really well done here. I should do more art on this channel. But anyway, so I'm probably going to do a second coat on a day where I feel like it. And then maybe I'll put stickers on it. We'll see. So the idea, like I said, see these, this is the intercalaires that I'm talking about. It's so I can file or organize these alphabetically. I'm going to do alphabetical by author. So yeah, I have A to E, F to J, and P to T. Oh, I missed one. Whatever. K to O, P to T, and U to Z. So there we go. And so I reorganized my shelf over my little hiatus. So I specifically have a little spot here for it. And if I move my microphone, is going to, okay, that was perilous. Sorry, I was trying not to, because my microphone has a cable, because I'm kind of a purist and I don't believe in wireless stuff when you have the wired version. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about, this is super random, but something else that I enjoyed from Goodreads or apps, reading tracker apps, is the ability to kind of mark as want to read, or all the, you know, all the books that you want to be able to read later in life. I actually have been using something else for a while, and that is this little notebook. First of all, look at the stickers. This is one of those A to Z notebooks. I highly recommend this. So I just write the books that I want to read alphabetically by author, and then this also allows me to write down where I saw the book. So if it's a recommendation by a fellow booktuber, all that kind of stuff. Like, sometimes you forget it at home, okay? It's not a foolproof system, but it's what works best for me. Truth be told, even when I had Goodreads or all of those apps, when I went to a bookstore, I wouldn't open the app and look what I had there. You know what I mean? Or when I was shopping online for anything. So it's not like those were working either. This works a little bit better because, as we all know, thanks to modern day science, which people are ignoring for some reason, writing things down with your hand directly connected to your brain works better than using doodle apps or whatever. But anyway, so this has been what I was using. I guess now I'm going to use this and my other system. I'm tempted to embark on the project of rewriting most of what I have in here and most of the recent books, at least the ones I've read since being on BookTube, in the card filing system, as opposed to just starting from now moving forward, so I can have an actual database of all the books I've read. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you think? It'll take a long time, but I actually think it'll be fun to revisit the old books and be able to, like, you know, like I said, think about them and write more about them. So maybe let me know what you think in the comments. Back in the day, before I started my channel, I got most of my book recommendations from Goodreads, but now that I'm on BookTube and that I found more booktubers I enjoy, I really don't. I just get recommendations either from booktubers or, frankly, for the most part, from the librarians while I'm in the actual bookstore, or the bookstore people, you know what I mean? The booksellers. So there's no point really for me to continue with any of these apps. And yeah, this is a sentiment I've been having, not just about reading apps, but just overall. I just really want to undigitize my life. The digital sphere is getting a little not overwhelming, but oversaturated. You know, just, I don't know. I've been enjoying more. I'll talk about this more in my next video. All right, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe with the little bell button if you want to be notified, because I got a few videos coming up, don't worry. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Stop, I forgot to show you. Front, you saw the front. Back. Isn't it cool? Anyway, that's all.